All right, so let's go ahead and have a look here now at exercise number 3. So again, I'm going to create a new Python file, and I'm going to name it ch5ex3. There we go. Now, again, we're going to paste in the things that we need to be doing. Paste those in, Control/ so that you just have those as comments. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and start out. It says create a conditionally executed main method. You should know how to do that. It's very, very simple. This is going to be something that I want you to basically be able to do in your sleep. And pass. So there you go. So you have a conditionally executed main method. So then you're going to define a function called getDegrees. You know how to do that. The getDegrees function will ask the user for an angle. Okay, and then we're going to validate that value. Okay, so here's how we're going to define that. I'm going to kind of walk you through this a little bit. I don't want to give you the answer, but because I want you to think about it a little bit. So we're going to do getDegrees. All right. So it's going to ask the user for an angle. Okay, so we're going to say ANGLE, convert it to an int, and then we're going to use the input function, and we're going to say, please enter an angle. Now, I would suggest that you kind of troubleshoot this. So go ahead and just call from main, call getDegrees. Okay, make sure you get in there, make sure you can get the angle, and make sure you can print it. Okay, so here we go. So let's make sure and run this, make sure everything's looking good, 30, and it printed 30. So everything's looking good. Everything's looking really good. Okay, so we got the value back in from the user, but then we need to validate that the value is between 0 and 180. Okay, so a great way to do this, because we don't know how many loops we're going to have to do and how many times they're going to mess up that input, we're going to use a while loop, which is a conditionally executed loop, right? If we had the number of times, we'd use a for loop, but we have a condition-controlled loop in while. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, while, so we have that while loop. So while the angle is what? So while it's less than 0, right? Okay, so while it's less than 0, let's keep looping. And while it's, what, greater than 180, see, maybe that works, right? So anything that is not, so while it is less than 0 and while it is greater than 180, we're just going to keep on going, right? Okay, so what you say then is, you could do something nice like, please enter a value from 0 to 180, right? Now then, here's the issue. If we don't offer a way to change this variable angle, it's going to loop forever. Okay, so a great way to do this is to just toss that in there. Okay, so please enter an angle. They can enter it in. You can change it. You can change it. You can change it. Now, once they get out of this loop, you should have a good angle, and you should be able to just return that. Okay. So that's sort of how you do that validation. And then you do your get function called get sine cosine tangent. You're going to import the math module. Importing the math module is very easy. Just import math. Okay, so you're good to go. Now you're ready to reference it. And then you're going to do this function here, which tells you exactly what you're supposed to do. You call the getDegrees function and catch that input, right? So make sure that you catch it, right? That way you actually get the information out of that. And then you pass the results into the get sine cosine tangent function and then catch all those outputs. Now these are multiple outputs, right? These are not just single outputs. So that means that the output of this sine cosine tangent, the get sine cosine tangent, is going to return 3 values. Okay, so I sort of covered that, and I want you to go ahead and experiment with that. But it's going to look something like sine cosine tangent equals get sine, cosine tangent of degree. That's the function call. Okay, I haven't created the function for you. You're going to have to actually set that up, but this is the way that function call is going to work. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and try to figure that out. Now, obviously, the last thing you're going to do is you're actually just going to print those values out. All right, so that should get you started on exercise number 3 for chapter 5. If you have any troubles, just be sure you let me know. Email me ASAP.